Hey guys, Magnus Robber here. We're back with another tier list video. Isn't this crazy? Now, today I thought I really enjoyed doing that rewrite video, and some of you guys really liked it too. Didn't do great on the views. I mean, 2,000 views. That's good enough. So I thought I wanted to do another rewrite, and I have this is a new idea I have. Okay, so we are doing a Walking Dead rewrite using this tier list as like a visual, but we are going to be leaving it to complete chance, and that's why I have this little wheel here. So basically we're going to be taking all the main character deaths, although I've added a few extras like Amy and Henry because they're not main characters, but I think they're main enough. And plus I wanted to have one in season 1, so I figured Amy was probably the biggest character who died in season 1. We're going to take these characters and we're going to randomize who gets said death. So instead of Amy getting the death, we're going to randomize it and it will be someone else. Now, if, for example, I spin the wheel and it lands on Amy, I'll just respin it because that's boring. I probably won't even have Amy in there. I'll add her back after maybe. But yeah, that's what this video idea is. We're doing a rewrite based on what the wheel picks. So it's a rewrite of chance. Okay, so I've put all the characters in order of how they appear. So we've got all of our season 1 characters here, and then our season 2 characters. I guess Michonne would technically be here, but whatever. Season 3 characters. And Merle, I know he's a season 1 character, but because he doesn't really he's not present in the group, so it doesn't make sense to have him. He really is a proper character when he's in season 3. And then we have so Sasha and Tyrese as well, Tara, and all of them. And I have to rewrite it on the spot to make it make all sense, okay? So it's a little trick for me too. We're practicing my writing skills because I have to just bullshit this on the spot. So to start with, this is probably going to be a bit of a boring procedure, but we're just going to have to type in all the people. So we've got Glenn, Laurie, Carl, Andrea, Dale, Carol. Who else have we got? Laurie, Carl. Did I add Shane? Shane. Let's have a look. So we've got Daryl. I forgot Daryl. Yeah. I think the only person I forgot is Daryl, right? I believe so. Let's go with it. So we've got Daryl too. So who is going to get Amy's death? So, let's go. If it does land on Amy, I'll remove her and we'll fucking spin again. Oh shit. Yikes. So, Laurie is dead. And, interestingly enough, that also kills another character, because that means that Judith is never born. So, yikes, we killed 2 in 1 there. So, basically what happens is during the camp attack, instead of Amy, she notices the zombie. Maybe she's saved by Jim. Maybe she's saved by Laurie, actually. Maybe Laurie really needed a piss that day, okay? So she was in the camper, having a little bathroom break. She sees the zombie. She's like, Amy, watch out, okay? And the Greg Nicotero zombie, it chews into Laurie's neck, okay? And then Amy makes it out. Then Rick arrives back, and Laurie is dead. Damn, how tragic. Now, I don't know how the Shane-Rick conflict happens now, if there is no Laurie to fight over, but we'll get to that. So, that's so funny. So I guess after that, they head to the farm. They head on the highway. They decide to leave. They bury Laurie. I guess Rick's probably pretty delusioned. He's just reunited with his wife only for her to then die. I guess he also never finds out she's pregnant though, so maybe that's probably a little bit of a relief because he doesn't have to know that Shane's unborn child has died. But anyway, I guess they head on over to the farm. They're having fun at the farm, and then they meet the Greens after Carl is shot. I guess that still happens. Carl is still shot. So, and Sophia probably still goes missing. All the minor characters, their deaths probably remain the same in some way, okay? So Sophia probably still goes missing and is in the barn. So now let's add a few extra characters to the list. So we've got Maggie, we got Beth, and we got Herschel. Alright, so we add those guys to the list. And obviously we now have Dale's death. So after they kidnap Randall, I guess Dale is still bleeding. Something happens. There's some zombies. Maybe there's the zombie that Carl was playing with. And this zombie comes along and it kills Andrea. this is turning very interesting, actually. So Andrea is killed, and she gets the Dale death. That is sad. She does actually stick up for Dale in the end. She goes on Dale's side, right? And maybe actually she fights Dale's case as well. She's like, listen, Dale is right, you know? She does say something like that. Like, we can't resort ourselves to being like this. And then she goes out. Maybe Dale is attacked and she goes to save Dale, and she gets the death instead. And so Andrea dies, and Dale's like, now we keep Randall alive to preserve her legacy. And I guess the Rick and Shane rivalry probably is still occurring, because Shane probably blames Rick for leaving, leaving the camp, and that resulted in him not being there. And because he wasn't there, that meant that Laurie died, and if he was there, maybe Laurie would be okay. So I guess the rivalry is more over keeping Carl safe, right? Because Shane kind of sees Carl as his new protective son. But now we have the Rick and Shane death, and we're going to have to do something creative here if it doesn't land on Rick. We're going to have to do something very creative. But let's have a look. What the fuck? Oh no. This is a disaster. So basically what happens, right, is Rick and Shane, they're having their rivalry, okay? And they're fighting over Carl. And Carol steps in and she's like, guys, listen, you need to stop fighting, okay? You've had enough, alright? You guys, you're at each other's chokes. You're at each other's throats too much. And something happens. Shane takes a shot at Rick. Carol intervenes, and yeah, Shane kills Carol, I guess. And then the zombies come. Carl comes. So both pretend like nothing happened, like it was an accident, because obviously they don't want to corrupt Carl at this point. So they pretend like everything's normal. And I think when they eventually reunite on the road, the only way this could potentially work is if Shane has like a faction of group members behind him, like T-Dog and Daryl and all that, and Rick has a faction of group members behind him. And so they sort of stay together as a group, but they keep an eye on each other. Like Dale keeps watch of Rick when he's sleeping, Rick keeps watch of Dale, that kind of thing. So they have like they're little alliances, but the group is very fractured after the time skip of season 2. And then going into season 3, we of course have the prison, and they finally have a place to be. And maybe also like Rick's like, yo, once we have this prison, we can all each live in separate cell blocks. We don't even have to speak to each other that much, yikes. I guess Daryl would probably be on Rick's side because Carol died, and maybe Daryl would tell. Maybe Rick hasn't told Daryl the truth. I don't know how this rewrite's working, but I'm trying my best here, okay? We are leaving it to chance, and not to good story. So next up, we have season 3. And season 3, of course, we have Laurie's death. Now, I'm not going to add any new characters quite yet, because it wouldn't make sense for Michonne or the Governor or Muriel to get Laurie's death. So, nor Sasha or Tyrese. So we're just going to spin with the characters we already have for who gets Laurie's death. Oh no. Well, Beth, unfortunately, I guess gets stuck in the boiler room, and she's not giving birth, that's for sure, but something happens, I guess. Maybe she just gets eaten by. She gets stuck in the boiler room. I don't know, man. she has a heart attack. Who knows? There's some medical procedure, maybe some sort of medical procedure that Maggie has to perform on Beth. Maybe she gets stabbed or something by Andrew, and she tries to save her, and unfortunately Beth does not make it out alive. Damn, poor Beth. Alright. Okay, so now I'm gonna add all the names onto this list. So we've got the Governor, we got Merle, we got Tyrese, we got Sasha. I think that's it. Yeah, we won't add Tara yet because that's the next season. So yeah, now we've got that. We've got to decide who gets the Merle death. So and we got to make it work somehow. Oh no! Yikes. So, okay. So obviously we have the conflict with the Governor. I still think Maggie and Glenn probably get kidnapped. That story arc still probably plays out somewhat the same. And then what I think probably happens is the whole Michonne thing. The governor wants Michonne still. That probably still works out the same. But Shane is probably on board with handing Michonne over. Oh shit, I didn't actually add Michonne, did I? That's probably unfair, but oh well, we'll go with it. I didn't add Michonne, but who cares? It's fine. She got spared one. Yeah, the governor still wants Michonne, but Rick is not on board with it, but Shane is on board with it. I think Rick probably, before Shane can reach the governor, maybe Murrell and Shane both have Michonne together and they're ready to hand her over. I think Rick takes a group of people to attack the governor first, and in that conflict, the governor kills Rick motherfucking Grimes. Alright, Rick is executed by the governor, and then unfortunately Carl or Shane, maybe it is actually Shane finds Rick as a zombie, and he's realised the error of his ways, that he probably should have listened to Rick, because he can't bring himself to hand over Michonne now, because this is personal, okay? There is no appeasement, there is full-on war, okay? And I guess Andrea's been there the whole time too, at Woodbury, so who gets Andrea's death? I wonder who's going to get this death. What? So, basically what happens is after Rick is killed, Carl heads to... I can't, this is too funny. Carl heads to Woodbury to take out the governor. Now, he frees Andrea after she's kidnapped, but he goes on to murder the governor. But the governor instead puts Carl in the Andrea trap, and then I guess a zombie Milton or a zombie whoever kills Paul, Carl, and they don't make it to Woodbury in time, and then sadly Carl dies, and I guess the governor goes on his merry way. Yikes, that is a funny one. I will say that. So now we will add, I think Gareth probably should be over here actually, thinking about it. Maybe, yeah, before Gabriel. We shall add Bob Stuckey to the wheel. Carl is dead. So he's the main character now. I guess Shane's the main character along with Daryl. Fucking Carol died ages ago. This is crazy. I guess Dale probably is having a big role, you know. Amy as well, actually, yeah. Amy and Andrea. Wait, no. What is it about Andrea? I literally just said Andrea was in the trap. I guess it wasn't... Sorry, whenever I said Andrea's in the trap, I meant Amy. Amy's just taking Andrea's role from here on out. So whenever I said Amy previously... Sorry, whenever I said Andrea previously, I was actually saying Amy, okay? And your ears were not working. So, yeah, Carl died. Yeah, I guess Amy's a bigger character now. Whatevs. So, yeah, we have the Herschel death. Season 4 Herschel death. Okay, are you ready? Righty. So we added Bob. Who else should we probably add? I guess we should add Tara. May as well add Tara. She was there, technically. So why the governor with Tara there, I have no idea. But let's have a look. So the war with the governor continues. And he kills... Oh my fucking god. We're just killing all the big characters off. Daryl. The governor beheads Daryl. I guess Murrell's also joined the prison group. So... The Murrell has watched his brother die in front of him, being beheaded by the governor. I guess Michonne probably gets away. Amy's probably shooting. Dale's probably upset. No, my Andrea. No, my Daryl. Andrea's already dead. I keep forgetting Andrea's dead. Maggie. Oh no, not Daryl. Yeah, yikes. And yeah, so who kills the governor? Or should I say, who gets the governor's death? Because the governor does not die in this story. It's instead gonna... What the fuck is happening? Glenn! Yikes. So we gotta do a little rewrite, okay? How the fuck do I get this to work? Glenn blames... Who does Glenn blame? I don't even know how the fuck I get this to work. The only way I can think is if Glenn and Maggie joined the governor previously. How does this work? So what I'm going to say, okay, the governor is fighting, I suppose he's fighting Shane, or maybe he's fighting Murrell, and Glenn gets in the way, and Michonne comes to stab the governor. but accidentally stabs Glenn. Then some zombies come and the governor, I don't know, throws a couple zombies at them and he runs away into the darkness. Okay, but then I'm gonna say Shane captures the governor and he says, "Listen, Dale, man, you do you know what, Dale? Do you know what?" He's rubbing his head like, "Do you know what, Dale? You were right. Rick was right. Okay, we don't we don't kill the living like we should. Like we keep this guy. We show him as an example. You know." Fuck. Could you imagine Shane's character going that way? Probably not. But that's the only way I can make it work. The governor's joined the group as like a hostage, I guess. And then they all end up with the fucking cannibals. I suppose. So. Yeah. Woo. That was a funny one. I guess Merle goes with the claimers. That could probably be pretty interesting. What else do we have? We can't do the Daryl and Beth story because they're both fucking dead. But also we have Eugene and Abraham and all that adding. So we can add. Ooh, Abe, Eugene, Rosita. Abe, Eugene, Rosita, and I guess Gareth as well. Yeah. And then I'm also going to shuffle here. We'll shuffle a few times. So we've got a big cast now. We've got to kill someone off. Someone has to get the Bob death. Who's Bob's death? Oh my god. Oh yeah, Herschel's still about. I forgot about that. Well, Abraham doesn't last long at all. Because Abraham gets the Bob death. So Abraham is bitten and later has his leg chopped off, does the whole tainted meat thing, and then is dumped by Gareth at the church. Oh shit, I forgot to add Gabriel. Oh well, he got spared from one round. Okay, Gabriel, yeah. So yeah, that happens. I guess he dies. I guess Rosita's sad. She has to kill him. Very big rip. But who gets the Gareth death? Now this is gonna be tricky. How the fuck do I get this to work? Oh no. Oh no. How do I work this out? So Tyrese had a change of heart, okay? He was sick. There was too many moral compasses in the group anyway, okay? There was fucking Dale. There was Herschel, okay? Rick was a moral compass. And now Shane is a moral compass. And Tyrese thinks the best way to keep him and his sister and Bob alive was to join the cannibals, okay? He thought the cannibals probably had a choice, had a point. So Tyrese is there. And I think I'm gonna say that someone kills it. Maybe Michonne. I think Michonne does the brutal killing of Tyrese because he betrayed the group. Now Sasha and Bob and Gareth, I think they're gonna have to probably go separately on their own way because they're now all these are the termite guys. I think they're gonna go on that separately on their own way, you know, in their own little group, and eventually they'll all meet up again at Alexandria. That's the only way I can think that this happens. And I suppose the governor's also tagging along with the main group with Shane and etc. Shane and all that. So that's the only way I could get it to work. There you have it. But before we get to Alexandria, we of course have to decide who was kidnapped by the hospital. Who never even made it to this moment because someone was kidnapped to the hospital. No, that ruins my entire fucking story. Don't do that. So, yeah, no, Sasha wasn't there the whole time, okay? It was just Tyrese and Bob. Because Sasha was previously taken by the hospital people. Now, Tyrese is like, my sister's gone, okay? And that's why he joined the cannibals, and then he's killed by Michonne. And then Michonne's like, yo, Shane, you were right in the first place. Da-da-da-da-da. So maybe her group's separately, or maybe her group's like Michonne, Maggie, maybe Amy. Is Glenn dead again? Oh yeah, Glenn's dead, isn't he? Yeah, Michonne, Maggie, Amy. I guess Herschel's probably like on Michonne's team. Also the prisoner, but then Shane, who's now a moral compass, I guess is with Dale. Shane and Dale power team, and Merle, and they've got like the pet governor that they're like sort of trawling around, and I guess also now the two cannibals remaining, but because Bob now joined the cannibals, obviously, yeah. I guess they're joining his group too. So that's like Shane's main group, and then Michonne's little offshoot of the group is Herschel, Maggie, Amy, who's somehow still alive. I guess Tara can tag along, and probably also Eugene and Rosita will want to go, and I guess Gabriel is probably wanting to go with the more morally right group, so he'd probably go with Shane. So yeah, that's our fun dynamic there. But in the process, of course, Sasha got kidnapped, and they thought, well, fuck, we couldn't save Tyrese, but we can save, because he turned into a cannibal fuck, but we can save Sasha. So Michonne and her group head towards the hospital. Okay, this is Michonne's group. But of course, she turns out that she stabs Dawn. Actually, I could see Sasha stabbing Dawn. I feel like that would be in character. And then Sasha gets shot in the head. And then I guess, I don't know, fucking Bob? Oh no, Bob's not there. Nah, I guess Bob will have to be there. Maybe, I don't know. Someone shoots. I guess Michonne shoots Dawn in the head out of revenge. Anyway, yikes. Let's get on to the Tyrese death. So, actually, they go to... Noah's still a part of the group. He helps Sasha escape at one point. So they take Noah to his old estate. And sadly, Maggie has her arm bitten off. And then eventually... she dies. Fucking poor Herschel, man. Herschel has lost both of his daughters. He's left with a group of fucking... like, he's left with Michonne, Amy, Tara, Eugene, and fucking Rosita. Jesus Christ. But anyway, we eventually arrive at Alexandria. Welcome to Alexandria. And we have to, of course, add some new names to the list. So those will be Aaron, Deanna, Jesse, Spencer. I believe that's it. Let me check. Oh, wait, no. One more. Because we're going into season 6. We also have to add... oh, and Enid. We also have to add Enid and Morgan. Now, I know Morgan obviously appears in season 1, but again, he's not really a main character until... it wouldn't make sense if he died in, like, season 3 or season 4. So, we're going to add him here. So, we, of course, now have to have who gets Deanna's death in 6 after the herd comes down. I guess, like I said before... all the groups eventually meet up in Alexandria. So it's going to go to Jesse. And we'll shuffle as well. So Jesse, unfortunately, gets the Deanna death. Now, I think Shane arrives. Okay, he's now the leader of the group. But also Michonne's got her own faction. And there's probably some tension here, okay? And I think Shane's probably banging Jesse. I think that's probably fair to say. And, but Michonne, like, warns Deanna, kind of like Gabriel warns Deanna. I think Michonne and her sort of faction of the group warns Deanna, like, these people are not to be trusted. These are some evil motherfuckers. Like, that governor guy was a sadistic bastard, right? Like, sent people to kill me. He sent Merle to kill me, okay? And Dale's a nice guy, and Gabriel's just a dude. But that Shane guy, he's reckless too. And that Gareth guy's a fucking literal cannibal. And Deanna doesn't really listen, you know? And Jesse, she's like, yo, you guys have put the past behind you. You're living in the community now. Some shit like that. And then Jesse gets Deanna's death. But who gets Jesse's death? Who gets Jesse's death? As they're walking through the herd of walkers? No. No. So I guess Michonne has had like a thing with Amy for the whole time. I could see that. She kind of has like a weird, like, little, almost... quasi-romantic thing with Andrea. So maybe she's been having like a... because obviously Michonne and Amy have been bonding this whole time. They've been together for like literally over a year. They like survived the winter. Like Michonne saved Amy after the farm. Okay, basically everything that Andrea does, Amy did instead. And so yeah, Michonne's been with Amy for a while, and I think this would be a devastating death for Michonne, you know? This would be. Now, there were obviously no one's shot in the eye. Regardless, I think Michonne would go apeshit on the herd then. And then, of course, we have fucking Negan coming along. Now, I'm not going to add Negan quite yet to the thing, because it makes no sense for Negan to bash his own skull in. But I can add Jesus and Gregory, who also obviously appear later on in this season. So, we got Jesus, and we got Gregory. Who? Yeah. I mean, I guess I could add Dwight and Simon, but I think it makes no sense for the Negan deaths. So we'll leave it for now. So we got our Glenn and Abraham death. Obviously, both Glenn and Abraham are already dead. But who is gonna be the person to get their head beaten in? No. It's quite fitting, actually. So the first one is, of course, Merle. Merle gets his head beaten in by Negan. He's been a loyal guy to Shane this whole time. He's been... Actually, I feel like Shane Murrell would not be on the pro-governor side. I feel like Murrell would have been loyal to Michonne the whole time, actually. I'm recalculating this. I guess the Shane group would be Shane, Gabriel, Dale, who are now broskies, and the governor, and Gareth, and I guess Bob. But Michonne's team probably has Murrell. I feel like Murrell's been like her top guy, okay? And despite the fact that Murrell's a fucking literal neo-Nazi and a bigger racist, I feel like they found some common ground and they're actually like really chill. So I feel like Murrell's death is a pretty tragic thing for Michonne. But on top of that, there's another one. We're getting a death. Who's it going to be? Who's the second one? It would be funny if Michelle was like, I just don't care. No one really cares. Spencer dies. Oh no. Anyway, yeah, so Negan takes over the rule, and then eventually, because Spencer's already dead, he's got his head beaten in. Maybe Deanna's still here, obviously, so maybe Deanna's like pretty upset about that. But eventually, some snake tries to make a deal with Negan. Now, I'm still not going to add... I think by this point, I'll add Dwight, at least. Actually, I will add Dwight and Simon, just in case, because I think it's probably fair to add them both as well. So we'll add Dwight and Simon. Now, Snake. Oh, shit. And also Ezekiel. So we got King Zeke. Oh, shit. King Zeke. Jerry. And I guess Henry as well. God, the cast. You can tell how bloated the cast got eventually. Now, this is still Season 7. Yeah. They were all in Season 7, weren't they? Yeah. So, who is going to be the snaky snake trying to make a deal with Negan? Oh, do you know what? I fucking see it. I fucking see it. So Eugene, being the little coward he is, obviously not having Abraham to back him up, he tries to make a sneaky deal with with Negan. And Negan sees through Eugene's little bullshit that he's a liar. He's not really a scientist. I guess that reveal, we still had that reveal. And he murders Eugene. He guts him. Those guts, you know. And then we have the death of Sasha. So who will infiltrate the sanctuary in an effort to kill Negan and then eventually kill themselves when they... Oh my god, this one actually makes perfect sense. In revenge for Eugene, Rosita does that. She has the Sasha death. Do you know what? I think that one actually worked out pretty well. So yeah, Rosita gets the Sasha death. So leading into Season 8... Jesus Christ, this is the fucking whack-ass group. We've got Shane, and I guess by this point, they've, like, united. So I guess Michonne and Shane have united as one, like, faction to defeat Negan. So we got Michonne, we got Shane, we got Dale still kicking, we got Gabriel, we got the Governor and Gareth sticking about, we got Bob fucking Stuckey, we got Herschel, we got Tara... We got Deanna, we got Aaron and Enid, and Morgan is still there. We got Jesus. We got Gregory. And, yeah, I mean, we've also got the Negan and Simon and Dwight, but they're all part of the goddamn saviors. So, let's have, who is going to get the Carl death? So, someone, oh shit, actually, speaking of, we should add Sadiq. We should add Sadiq. And I guess also we'll add Alden. Yeah, Alden as well. We'll add Alden. And I guess we'll add Anne too, because she had appeared in Season 7, so probably should have already added her, to be fair. But she got spared a little bit. So let's go. Let's see. Actually, I don't like Anne. We're going to call her Jadis, okay? Because she's a Jew. So we'll add those names, and let's see who gets the Carl death. No! No! So Ezekiel is out there saving Sadiq, and he gets bitten, okay? And then he gives a speech to all the communities saying, Doth thou, we must spare Negan like you spared the Governor and the Gareth, okay? And Shane's like, you know what, Michonne? Michonne's like, you know what, Shane? I think he's right. I think we should spare Negan. And Shane's like, I don't know, man. I fucking hate Negan, okay? The Governor turned out to be okay, and Gareth turned out to be okay, but I don't know, this Negan guy, he seems a bit too sadistic for me. And Michonne's like, no, Shane, I think the King was right. Everyone loved the King, right? And then Jerry is like, you know, in the corner crying. So, yeah. And then who gets the Simon death? So I guess someone tries to mutiny the sanctuary and beat up sorry, that's fucking hilarious. Gregory tries. Gregory tries to mutiny the leadership of. Sorry, I'm fucking. This is too funny. Of Negan, and so Negan kills Gregory in a fight. Yikes. So I guess Simon's still kicking. So then eventually Negan is imprisoned at the end of the war. I guess Simon is still kicking about. Now we have to say goodbye to some characters that did leave in the show and they have survived thus far. And my plan was if they didn't survive, I would have basically would have had some other characters go off, whichever one makes sense. But of course, both Morgan and Dwighty boy head off. Now, what the fuck happens to Simon? I guess he's also in a prison cell, or maybe he somehow gets off pretty lightly. I don't know. Maybe he helps to defeat the saviors in the end, seeing when which way the wind is flowing. So he decides to run the sanctuary or some shit, or he just becomes part of the sanctuary, and people sort of look to him as like a leader. And but he promises to be good now, I guess. I don't fucking know. Maybe the governor scares the shit out of him, because that'd probably work. But anyway, I guess who's running fucking Hilltop now? I don't know, because there is no Maggie. I guess Herschel. Herschel. Wait, no, Herschel's been on the. Herschel's now in a dark place, okay, because he's lost his family. His morals, they've gone out the window, okay? So he's going to hang someone who he perceives. Now, it would make sense if this was Simon, but I fucking guarantee it's not going to be. It's not. Okay. So, I guess the governor, Herschel's like, listen, I'm done with these fucking stupid morals, okay? God has abandoned us all. Shane and Michonne are wrong. I'm running the Hilltop now. And to prove this, I'm going to fucking behead this guy who, like, caused, he basically, like, assaulted my daughter and kidnapped Glenn. We'll fucking behead him. And so, no, hang him. So they hangs the governor. Maybe the governor also tries to take out Herschel. I don't know. For leadership. I could see the governor trying that. So, but he fails. So, so Herschel executes the governor by hanging. Damn. And then we, of course, have a little bit of a flashback, a flash forward, a 6-year time jump. There is no children, though. So we got Magna, we got Kelly, we got Connie to add, and we got Yumiko. Okay. So, we, of course, next have the Jesus Death, who is going to get killed by a random whisperer. Oh no, we're losing all of our redeemed boys. Gareth is, he's been loyal for so long. He's joined the group, but he gets stabbed by a random whisperer. And everyone's like, no, not Gareth. No. Yikes. And then the community's all battled together in order to help defeat these damn whisperers. But now we, of course, have to add a few people. Now, I'm going to add Lydia for now because it makes no sense that Alpha would behead herself or behead Beta. So I'm going to add Lydia, but I will eventually add these two as well. So who's going to get the Pike deaths? We, of course, have 3 Pike deaths. We've got Enid, Tara, and we've got Henry. And I won't allow either 3 to get a Pike death. So, yeah, let's see. It can't be Tara. It can't be Enid. Oh, is that Jadis? Jadis? Oh, wait, fuck. Hang on. That doesn't count. I just forgot. She also goes off to a spin-off, doesn't she? But unfortunately, there is no Rick. So does she take off Shane? Maybe she takes off with Shane? I don't know. I didn't think about this. I forgot about Jadis, man. She's so forgettable. So Jadis... Would Jadis take Shane away after he blows up the bridge? I suppose so. I suppose that would be what probably happens. Yeah. So I guess these guys survive, and then that would mean that Jadis would then... But then who's Shane's lover, really? Like, it's probably not Michonne. Or maybe they're now a thing. Maybe they're now together. Somehow that ended up happening. So maybe. Yeah. Maybe all these guys go off eventually. Not Michonne yet, though. So I guess, yeah, Jadis took Shane away in the helicopter. So we have to actually get rid of Shane. Unfortunately, he's gone in a helicopter. We gotta get rid of Morgan. We gotta get rid of Dwight. And I think we gotta get rid of Shane. Yeah. Unfortunately so. I think that's how we had to go. So yeah, Shane went off in a helicopter and Jay just took him. She obviously outlived her thing, so it'd be unfair to now kill her off in the Pikes, because she technically had left the show at this point. And obviously these guys had left the show at this point as well. So they all managed to survive. They beat the wheel. And it only makes sense that Shane was the one to be airlifted in the helicopter, really. So instead, now let's go back to the Pike deaths. Who is getting the Pike deaths? So we got 3 Pike deaths, and it can't be Enid, it can't be Tara, and it can't be Henry. And watch if I can land on one of them. Okay, so the first one is Connie. Interesting. So Connie is beheaded. She takes, I guess she takes what? Fucking Enid? I don't know. Then the next Pike death we have is going to be... No, that's horrible. Herschel, fuck. After all of his horrible leadership at the hilltop, he's beheaded. Damn. I guess that makes sense though. I did say he's a hilltop leader, so it makes sense that he's replacing Tara. And then also the big one that everyone's so shocked at is good old Jesus. Damn. So I guess Herschel would be the big Pike death. So me, he's more like a Henry. So now Shane's gone off in a helicopter. This group is fucking weird. So we've got, I guess Tara, I guess Michonne would probably have the bigger role. Who would be like her Daryl? I don't fucking know. Like, it would be Dale. Dale's the new Daryl. I love how fucking Dale's made it this long. This is insane. And Bob Stuckey, of all people. Tara's pretty surprising as well. Fucking Deanna's still kicking about too. Enid's still kicking about. Okay, so we go into the war. Now, one of these people was kidnapped, okay, by the Whisperers and beheaded. And eventually Dante figures out they know. And Dante strangles them within Alexandria. And who was it that they strangle? No, I kind of like that. But no, Bob. So Dante strangles and kills Bob. Damn. Now, of course, we have to actually add Alpha and Beta. They did survive around there, but whatever. So Alpha and Beta. We've got Alpha and Beta's death now. Who will get Alpha's death and be beheaded? And this person probably joined and took over the Whisperers, okay? No, I can see it. I can see it. So Simon, at some point, took over the Whisperers. Maybe just a faction of the Whisperers. Maybe not all of them. And eventually, I guess Negan kills Simon. It's quite fitting, actually. Beheads Simon, okay? And Alpha, I suppose, maybe, like, loves her daughter so much she joins Alexandria. And then Beta takes over the Whisperers, okay? But who gets Beta's death? Who gets the Beta death? Yumiko. So Yumiko, although she did technically leave by this point for the Commonwealth, but let's just say she didn't go, someone else went. Maybe it was after Connie. Maybe Kelly went instead because she's like, I want something to do now. Connie's dead. Okay, but Yumiko eventually decides to, I don't know, defect to the Whisperers or some shit. I'm not even quite sure, but maybe it's not Daryl. Maybe whoever takes over Daryl's role here. God, who the fuck would it be? I don't even know, man. Dale. Dale stabs Yumiko in the eyes. Thinking that she's Beta. Okay, maybe actually Yumiko's got her Whisperer gear on and Dale accidentally kills her. And then Beta slips away into the night. Wahaha. And then he takes his mask off. And because no one knows his face other than Alpha, he just joins another community and pretends to be like, you know, he just pretends to be a new person, okay? And maybe he gets like plastic surgery and shit in the Commonwealth eventually. Yeah, he joins the Commonwealth. He gets like plastic surgery and shit, okay? Okay? And he pretends to be a new person, all right? And he's just trying to win Alpha's affection the whole time. And then who is going to get the death? So eventually the group head towards the Reapers to attack and kill the Reapers. Who will get the Alden death? It's Sadiq. So Sadiq, unfortunately, gets very badly injured, stabbed, and then eventually killed off by a Whisperer. Where the fuck is Sadiq? There he is. R.I.P. Sadiq. You will be missed. Okay. So by this point, I need to add everyone else, pretty much. So I forgot about Princess, actually. So we got Princess. Oh, Princess. And then we've got Leah. We've got Lance. I probably should have added Leah for that spin, but oh well, she survived one round. Who else we got? Leah, Lance, Pamela, Mercer. Now I think Max is also a main character, but I didn't want to add her as well because I mean she's barely a main character. I think that's a joke of a main character. Like Gareth was a bit of a joke of a main character, to be fair. But oh my god, have I not added Negan this whole time? I don't think I have. Oopsie. Negan is actually... Negan's been spared from many rounds. I feel a bit annoying now. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Oh well. So we have the I guess the Lance death. No, the Leah death first. No. Dale. And actually that should mention Michonne by this point has left to go find Shane. But anyway, Dale's dead too. So see you, Michonne. You can go find Shane in the spin-off. And that was Dale, wasn't it? Dale gets the Leah death. How? I don't know. I guess Dale eventually joins the Reapers. Or maybe, actually, Dale infiltrate... Oh my god, no, this is perfect. Dale infiltrated the Reapers. And he got hot and heavy with Leah. He got hot and dirty with Leah, okay? And eventually infiltrated them. But then Leah went for her revenge and killed Dale, unfortunately. So Dale died. R.I.P. And Leah gave up and decided to join. Or maybe she's just another fucking person they decide to perform. I don't really know how it works. But there you go. So we now have to have the Lance death. Who gets the Lance death? Who is shot by, not Carol, by someone else. Oh, that one makes sense. Oh no, Magna. No, that doesn't make sense. I thought it landed on Leah. Well, we can't really make that make sense. But I guess Magna really liked the Commonwealth cause, even though she was like poor as fuck and she was like a waitress. But she really liked the cause. She really liked being a wage servant. So she decided to fight on the pro Milton side, and I guess who the fuck is the main character now? Michonne's gone. I guess Tara is the main character. What the fucking hell? I guess Tara shot her with an arrow. Okay, no more Magna. Shush. And then finally we have the Rosita death, without any even being here. So someone is protecting, maybe not their baby, but a child of some degree. And the big death of the finale is Princess. Wow. Not even a big fucking death. But Princess, I guess, sacrifices herself and dies. R.I.P. Princess. And then finally, we have the spin-off with Jadis. Now, obviously, all the characters have gone off, so we just need to add Shane. We just need to add Michonne, and we just need to add Jadis. But actually, no, there's no point because Jadis obviously can't get the death. That's my rule. So it's going to be Shane or Michonne gets the Jadis death, and I guess whoever survives just gets with Jadis, I suppose, and their love story continues. So Michonne gets the Jadis death, and then I guess Shane returns to Alexandria with fucking nothing to return to because everyone's dead. Laurie's dead, Judith's dead, Carl's dead. But he figures, fuck it, I may as well just start shacking up with the fucking dumpster lady. Now, obviously, I'm just going to put... these guys are obviously in a spin-off, but they survive. I'll put them at the front here. So these guys are just in Fear the Walking Dead, dicking around the same way. But we've, of course, then got Tara, who... I don't know. She's the leader of the group. Maybe she's now the leader of the Commonwealth. Gabriel was sticking around. Deanna somehow made it all the way fucking through. Enid was also there. Aaron was there. I guess Aaron, he probably just did exactly what he did anyway. Negan was there. Who did he kill again? I forget who the fuck he killed. He killed Merle and Spencer. Oh, shit. We could have had, like, the resolution. So I guess maybe Deanna and Deanna and Negan go off into their own spin-off. There you go. They go to New York together. That's their little rivalry through Deanna and Negan. I guess Jerry's now the king of the kingdom, and the kingdom fell probably. Henry and Lydia are still a thing probably, and they're still having fun. Alden survived. Maybe he's now the leader of the Hilltop, I guess. Kelly is about. She's lost pretty much everyone else in her group, right? Everyone died? Yeah, Yumiko died, right? Yeah, Yumiko died. Magna died. Connie died. Luke would have died as well, even though he's a minor character. I just didn't include him. So, yikes. She's just on her own. I don't know what the fuck she's doing. Alpha is still about too. She joined the coalition. She decided to leave her whispering ways. And Beta eventually, with his plastic surgery, gets with Alpha, and Alpha doesn't even know that this is Beta. Because, I mean, yeah, she saw his face once, but he's had like a good shave, and he's had some plastic surgery, and he's like done some different with his voice box, okay? And so they become a couple, unwillingly knowing that is her former lieutenant. Leah is still about. I guess she also joined the Commonwealth after her spicy romance with Dale, and now is reformed. I suppose Pamela's probably in prison, along with Lance, and Michael Mercer's probably the lieutenant governor after Tara. So that's where all the characters end when you spin the wheel and decide. Now, if you think I should have rewritten something better, then let me know. But you can't change the deaths. The deaths have to be done by the wheel, and that was the rule. And Jesus, it was interesting. I'll give you that. Now, this probably is a much worse rewrite than the last one I did. I think the last one was a little cohesive at parts, but I tried my best to turn shit into gold, but it's quite difficult sometimes. But I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.